Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, I'm going to teach you, or attempt to teach you, how I shuffle, with a caveat being though, that however it feels comfortable to you, intuitively as well as physically, that's how you should shuffle. I do not, in my opinion, think that there is a right or a specifically wrong way to shuffle. However it works best for you is how you should do it. Some people count cards as they shuffle. Some people just wait till a card jumps out. Some people spread the cards on the table and pull from that. Again, whatever works best for you. But for today, I'm going to show you how I shuffle. And I shuffle in a multitude of different ways, just however it feels right at the time for me. And it's also depending on, am I pulling for somebody else as well as, am I getting to know the deck? So with that being said, I have a tarot card deck here with 78 cards as per usual. This is the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and it's a pretty standard size for a tarot deck. Then I have the Halloween Oracle over here that is, I think, 36 cards, I want to say. Yes, 36 cards. But it is quite a lot bigger, larger all around. So I want to show you how I shuffle those as well. All right, so let's start out with the tarot deck. So depending on the deck that you're going to shuffle, it might be a little easier. It might be a little bit more cumbersome. Cardstock plays a huge role in how you want to manipulate the deck as well. So again, I'm going to show you how I do mine. I lay mine, I'm going to say hot dog style, lengthwise, split it in about half, and I hold it between my pinky and ring finger. The other two are on top, and then my thumb is on the side. So in the same situation on each hand. And then what I do is I maneuver my thumbs all the way up to about where the edge starts, and then I place my pointer fingers with the knuckles to brace the back of the card. So that way it gives me that nice flex. I can push with my pointer fingers and I have a little bit more control. So then I put my two thumbs together, and then there's a little bit of an angle there where the corners touch. I then push with my pointers and let my thumbs glide up. And as you can see, you get a pretty even shuffle that way. Now, you can end here and then just push the cards together like so and repeat the process. Hand positions here. Thumb on the edge. Pointer fingers ready. And then I do the same thing. And I'm trying to go as slow as possible so you guys can get a really good view of what's happening. And then I kind of wiggle it a little bit, and then on this top edge right here, I place both thumbs, the topmost card that overlaps. See that? And then I position my hands a little bit lower on the side of the card, so that way I have a little bit more of a grip. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I bend, so I push this way, and it was hard to do slow, but then I allow the cards to kind of bridge. So let's see if I can do it slow. I can't do it slow. Hold on. All right, ready? It's kind of a forceful push too. I'll do it one more time. And one last time for good measure. And usually when I do the bridge shuffle like this, I do it about 3 times. It's just something that I do intuitively. And then I go in on the side like this, and I lift up and pull down. Does that make sense? I lift from the back, pull down. You can drop it. I tend to like to grab on with my with my right hand with my thumb out, just so I have a little bit more control. So it's up and over, up and over. And again, if you're doing this, it's going to take a lot of practice, especially if it's something that you're not used to. And you can do it with your hand, your non-dominant hand. I typically do the lifting and pulling with my non-dominant. I'm right-handed. I don't know why I learned this way. I'm not going to be able to do it as well with my dominant hand being the up and over. See, it's going to take practice, and that is a-okay. All right. And that's how it looks when you go a little bit faster. Okay, and then this is typically, if I'm reading for clients, it's going to pop out the cards for me like that. And that's when I use and utilize that card. Other people will use this as an indicator, or they'll use this as an additional message. And then what they will like to do is split the deck into 3 and then stack it and pull from the top and keep going that way. Absolutely perfectly fine. Whichever way works for you is going to be your best way. And then, like we were talking about earlier with the counting cards, some people like to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, and then the card after they count is what they use as the reading. So I, as you can tell, do not do that. As you can tell how sloppy that was. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to the skinnier deck, but wider card. Does that make sense? Skinnier deck this way, wider card. You can shuffle this the same way. Split it in half. Get your card or your hand positions around the card and do the same thing. Bridge it if you want. Or you can just do a straight shuffle. And what's great about the flexibility, this is a little bit of a thinner cardstock than this one is. This one is still very flexible, but again, you have 78 as opposed to 36. So what you could do too, if you're having a struggle with putting your pointer fingers behind the card backs, you can leave your pointer fingers up here. And since they're so flexible, you can just use your thumbs to pull that or to bow it. Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay, so there's that option. But what I like to do with the wider, bigger cards is split them in half and then upright, I'll say, do a side-by-side shuffle. So the same situation, same hands placement, same pointer fingers, same corner to corner, just side by side. And then I can shuffle that way too. Obviously that one didn't work for me. So I like to shuffle my wider cards side by side just because I feel like I get a little bit more control out of it, especially if there's a lot more of them. So if there's more than the 36 cards or the cardstock is a little bit thicker, I like to do it this way because I give myself more opportunity to control the shuffle to make sure that they're evenly spaced out. But again, you do what feels comfortable for you. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Again, I am not here to gatekeep what shuffle is best. I'm just here to show you how I do it because it's gotten me where I'm comfortable with it. I grew up shuffling cards with board games and card games. So that's kind of how I got so good at the bridge because I started young. And that's how I taught myself how to do it. This was before internet. So all I can say is practice makes perfect, and your grip is what's going to help control the cards, okay? And pressure, play around with it. Play around with how much pressure you want to put on this bend. As you can see, the more pressure, the quicker the cards go. The less pressure, the less of a bridge you're going to get. Okay, so just don't beat yourself up if you can't get it in the first try. Go slow if you need to go slow and just practice. And like I said, there's so many different ways that you can shuffle. You can shuffle that way and then spread your cards out to pull like this and do an intuitively pick. That's fantastic too. And you can count out your cards. You can swirl it around like this to shuffle and then do an intuitive pull. There's so many different ways that you can do it. Again, it's all up to you and what you feel comfortable with. So don't think that there has to be a specific way that you must do this in order to read the cards. It is not, in my opinion, validated. You can do however you want to do it. Okay. So hopefully this helps you. If it did, if this made sense, and if this inspired you to try a new way of shuffling, please let me know down in the comment section. I know this video is highly requested, so I'm thankful that I finally can get it to you. So let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. How do you shuffle? How do you prefer to do it? Let me know all of that down below. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for spending your time with me. I love you and I appreciate the heck out of you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me, as well as check out the channel memberships and the Patreon, because if there's a specific deck that you've been itching for me to get to, and my list has gotten so very long, so if you have a specific deck, that goes straight to the top, not to mention other perks as well. So check those out whilst you're there. And I do have a link tree in the description box that will provide you all of my social media, as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings. All that to say, thank you so much again, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.